Let me know how you're doing. Kat is here straight away, boom, straight in the house. How are we doing? It's Friday night. It's time for book club, guys. This is check this out, by the way. I should have introduced this slightly more spectacularly than just picking it up. Got a new mug. Not even into Star Wars, but I've got a BB-8 mug that I got from the Disney store with Chris Stone, the director. If he gets on here tonight, his fault. I just thought it was quite cool. Don't even watch Star Wars, but thought I would give that a go. So how's everybody doing? We're going to give people a few minutes to join. Let me know how my connection is as well. I've been having issues with my Wi-Fi today, which isn't great. So let me know if I'm coming through loud and clear, if you can hear me. Someone else just joined then. I missed who it was. Wasn't looking. Perfect so far. Excellent, Cat. Brilliant. That's what I like. Someone else is here. Girly Whirly is here. Great to see you, Girly Whirly. You've not been on for a bit. Got a new mug, Girly Whirly. What do you think of that? Pretty sweet or what? As I say, I'm not even a Star Wars fan, but it is pretty sweet. Miranda is here. Good to see you, Miranda. So just give people a few more minutes to join. It's book club, guys. It's Friday night. It's book club. That's what we do. A little sing-song like this. Hello, Miranda. Good to see you. And we've got an awesome book tonight. Before I talk about the book, though, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody, whether you're watching this live or on the replay, or you're watching it on the net or on your app and you can't talk or whatever, because you can watch Periscopes on your computer now. You don't have to get involved with the app, which means you can't type anything. Everybody who's watching, thank you so much for the support that people have shown me. For this week, I launched the world's first high-performance mindset coaching training program for actors, literally the first one on the planet designed specifically for actors. The response to it has been awesome. I've been through an entire launch process the last 2 weeks. Free training, live training, podcasts, videos have been going out here, there and everywhere. The amount of emails I've had from people telling me how even the free training kind of changed their lives was absolutely phenomenal, and the amount of people who then took one step further and signed up for the full program has been amazing. We've got what looks like a phenomenal group of actors who are all going to go on an incredible journey over the next kind of 2 months during this training. So thank you to you. If you haven't yet got involved and you want to find out more about it, maybe you're just hearing about it for the first time, go to bulletproofactor.com. As it stands, you have literally 1 hour and 57 minutes in which to enroll. Enrollment closes, the doors close at midnight tonight. You can then no longer get on the program and it goes away. If you really want to take control of your life, 10x your motivation, 10x your confidence, 10x your productivity, literally 10x your life, then get involved. You will not regret it. It's a 30-day money-back guarantee on it as well. If you go through the course and you don't think it's delivered, which, looking at the comments already that people are leaving, it is delivering and well over what people probably expected, then you get all your money back. You drop me an email, you get a refund straight away. I believe in it that much that it's going to change your life. It's a complete, no quibble money back guarantee, because I promise you it'll be one of the most powerful things that you ever do for yourself. So yeah, check it out, bulletproofactor.com. Don't necessarily go there now because we've got a book club to do. So tonight, guys, we're looking at a wicked book. You know what I realised the other night? I thought, I've not even told anyone what it is, so no one can even go and buy it yet. I don't know if anybody is going to have heard of this book, read it already, anything like that at all. But it's by an awesome thought leader, one of the world's greatest thought leaders, who is well on my wavelength because he does everything from a scientific, neuroscience kind of background as well. It's not airy-fairy, wishy-washy kind of stuff. Just got an email notification, don't know what that was. He's a guy called Brendon Burchard, and he's written a book called The Charge. It's literally a New York Times bestseller. It's brilliant. I bought it a while ago, a few months back. I don't know how much it would be if you were going to get this on Amazon at the moment, but I think it was definitely less than 15 quid. I mean about 10 English pounds. But it's an amazing book. It's basically, it's on the front it says activating the 10 human drives that make you feel alive. Okay, and Brendan's got an awesome way of putting information across and describing really complex stuff, actually, really complex science, yet in a really easy format to understand. So definitely check him out. He does a few videos on YouTube called The Charged Life as well, and he's just really cool guy. Got a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge to share, and we're going to be looking for the next 3 weeks, tonight and the following 3 Fridays, at The Charge. So you can screenshot it if you want. Just leave it there for a sec. Get your screenshots in if you like. And then get yourself on Amazon after this and buy it, and then you can join in next week and read the bits that obviously I just can't read you on 4 Periscopes. There's a lot to this book. Can't get rid of it all in 4 weeks for you. So It's so hard to drink out of that. It's impossible. Looks like a good cup, but presently impossible to drink out of. So, as I say, yeah, the book is about activating the 10 human drives, okay? These are the things that literally drive every human being in life, and are the reasons that we behave in the way that we do. Before we get into the actual 10 drives, though, I want to go through the way that Brendon actually describes the life that you are living now. And there are 3 types of lives that Brendon has come up with that he describes as, you know, as the 3 lives that most people live. And I want to read you those tonight. We're not going to delve into one of the chapters about the drive, but I want you to question which life right now you're actually living. Because like I say, there's 3 of them, and you really want to be living just one of them, because one of them is much better than the other 2. So let me see where we begin this. Let's have a look. Here it is. First of all, before I start reading, anyone ever heard of Brendon Burchard before? Let me know if you've even heard of him before, and let me know if there's anyone on here who's actually enrolled in Bulletproof Actor yet, and what your first impressions are. Because honestly, guys, it's amazing. Definitely check it out after this. You've got what we got now. 2 hours and 3 minutes left. No, not even that. 1 hour and 53 minutes left. That's better. No, not heard of him. Honestly, go and check him out, Kat. After this, really great guy. He's been through a lot of stuff as well. You know, been through a lot of problems in his life, from like massive car accidents to loads of other stuff that would screw a lot of people up. But he's used all of his knowledge and obviously gained knowledge through facing that adversity, that's enabled him to go on and grow and be much stronger. Remind me at the end of this, I've got to tell you something about a lobster. All right, sounds a bit weird, but remind me. It'll all make sense. So, guys, right? 3 lives. There are 3 lives according to Brendon Burchard, right? He says, over the past 15 years as a high-performance student and coach, I've been blessed to see the dramatic transformation people can make in their day-to-day lives when they simply choose to climb out of the half-lit mediocrity of an unengaged and unfulfilling existence. I've also seen people with already happy lives amplify their joy and satisfaction to levels they had yet to imagine. Regardless of where you are in that spectrum, it helps to know just what kind of life you're in and the type of person you are that led you to that life sooner than later. With that in mind, we begin with an exploration of 3 very different kind of lives. So I'm going to read you these 3 lives, guys, and ask yourself as I'm reading them, is that me? Do I relate to that? Does that resonate with me? Which of these lives am I currently living? And then over the next 3 weeks on Book Club, we're going to be looking at 3 chapters of the book that are going to help you live the best of those 3 lives. So it says, a charged life is a very different kind of life from the one most people lead. Okay, that's not because it's unattainable, but rather because most people rarely think about or strategically manage their long-term energy and engagement in life. What we'll call their charge level. Okay, they don't think of their lives this way because most are simply trying to muster up enough energy to get through their busy, exhausting days. How many people relate to that, first of all? You know, do you kind of like find yourself being very busy but not very productive in your everyday life? You know, there's a lot of people I know who will come home and they'll sit down, you know, with mates, and I'll hang out with them, or when I was younger I'd hang out with my mates and their parents would come in and they'd sit down from work and they'd be like, oh, I had such a busy day, you know, I've been running around here doing this, doing that, but they didn't feel that they'd achieved very much. They just spent the day being busy but not being particularly productive. Most people spend all of their lives doing that, and that's their charge level, as Brendon had put it. They're kind of being wasted on stuff that isn't really getting them anywhere in their life. They're just going over the same things day in, day out. It says they're puttering along from one week to the next, just trying to make it to the weekend. I used to live like this a decade ago, all about the weekend for me, when they can collapse on the couch or do something they really want to do. What they don't often understand is that the busyness of our lives has a funny way of creating a myopic vision of what's real or possible. Myopic, short-sighted, guys. Busy in the brain is knackering, not always physical. Yeah, it is, absolutely, definitely. Thinking can wear you out. So when you can't see past your own day planner, it's hard to see the cumulative reality of who you have become and where you're headed. So if you can't actually kind of get ahead of your everyday to-do list of washing, cleaning, cooking, working a job you probably don't like or whatever, you can never really get ahead of yourself to look at where you're going and actually what you do want, okay? Sometimes it's helpful to just stop amid all our craziness, poke our heads above our busy work and computer screens and ask ourselves about the overall feel and quality of our lives. We should gauge our own charge levels, asking just how excited we really feel about our current reality and our future. Feeling charged means feeling engaged, energetic and enthusiastic, and I'm pretty sure everybody wants that. Our charge levels have two properties: quality and intensity. Okay, the quality of the emotional charge we have in life can be positive or negative, and it can also be low intensity, barely humming along, or high intensity, cranking at full volume. So ideally, we all, would have a desirably intense and positive charge in our life, okay? But do you have it? Ask yourself that. Do you have it? Is the quality and intensity of the charge you currently feel every day what you would always hope to experience in life? Does the charge you're giving at work have the quality and intensity that inspires you and others? Kim's in the house. Good to see you, Kim. So does the charge you're giving at work have the quality and intensity that inspires you and others? Does the charge you're giving to your spouse, to your kids, have the quality and intensity that effectively communicates your adoration and affection for them? So think, about the charge in your life. Kim, we're looking at Brendon Burchard's charge, the charge, and he kind of feels that the life force of everybody, he calls it their charge level, basically. And we're looking at the three different lives that he describes in the book that most people live. One of them is the life you want to live. The other two are the lives most people probably are living. Okay? He says, after 15 years of studying the human condition, I've come to see that people tend to live one of three types of life. Okay, one of three types of lives here, guys. You have one of these lives today, and you can choose to keep it, amplify it. I am plugged in, I'm on aeroplane mode. Kim, I've got a new mug. We're proper interrupting the flow of this book, but I'll show you my mug in a minute. Okay, so, you have one of these lives, guys, okay, and you can choose to keep it, amplify it, or change it altogether. So remember that, you have the power of choice. Please remember that. Let's take a tour through all three types so that we can better differentiate the charged life from others and then go about the business of strategically creating it, okay? So first up, a life that you will no doubt have lived. I've lived this in the past, without a doubt, before I became conscious of all this stuff. Your friends will live this. I promise you'll know people who live this life, and maybe your parents do, okay? It's called the caged life. It's not the charged life. This is the caged life, okay? It's pretty good, Morgan, isn't it, Kim? So many people live their lives caged, either in the past or in the expectations of others, okay? They've never really ventured into the unknown or sought to break the boundaries that they or others have set for them, because they've let other people or the past dictate who they are, their identities, and their identities are trapped in a tight box of beliefs about what is possible for them. So for the last 2 weeks, as I've been launching Bulletproof Actor, Unstoppable Confidence, Infinite Success, the world's first mindset program for actors that closes now in 1 hour and 46 minutes, I think, bulletproofactor.com. We talk about this a lot, okay? People not seeing their potential, okay? And this is what people don't see initially. They're always going to live the caged life if you don't see your potential, okay? So it says, thus their experience in life and their everyday thoughts, feelings and behaviours are restricted. Thanks for sharing, Kim. They generally feel tethered to where they are, bound by experiences they never got with a stick to do what others want you to do. Maybe it's your boss at work and you're doing stuff that you don't really want to do, but you're just being enticed, or, oh, this might happen for you if you do this. Oh, go on, and then it never does. That stick's always dangling in front of you. That carrot's always dangling in front of you. You never quite reach it. This is what people will do if you allow them to do it to you. Okay, you've got a choice though to not allow them to do this. So it says, we're enticed with carrots and sticks to do what others want us to do. Our handlers or caregivers wanted us to display a certain look or identity to the world. Sometimes they coaxed us into behaving as they wanted by offering us treats of acceptance and love. Other times they may have been more heavy-handed. The end result, inevitably, was that we adapted our behaviours and our desires to fall in line with external rewards. After a time, it became easy to accept this reality as routine, as long as we were receiving attention, care, and rewards. Steve's in the house. Steve, good to see you. being in the cage had a lot going for it. Okay, so when you're put in the cage, you will receive the stuff that these people, these caregivers and these handlers will give you, but you're only doing really what they want you to do. Okay, he talks about a client of his. He says, Mariah, a one-time client of mine, felt that way, trapped by a desire to gain the approval and love of others. So who feels that you constantly try to gain the approval and love of other people? Maybe you're a bit scared of any controversy, rocking the boat, anything like that. He says, when I started to coach her, she was always complaining, no one understands me or gives me a chance. I'm just a prisoner of what everyone else wants me to think. Despite this complaint, she never stuck her neck out and expressed who she was or what she herself wanted in life. Okay, she had gone to a school her parents wanted her to attend, she took a job her friends thought would be good for her, and she moved to a city a boyfriend always wanted to live in, which she secretly hated. So if you've done that for other people, you've ended up going along in life because you've been too, I don't know, you've not had the confidence. I guess you just not had the confidence to actually stick your head up and go, wait a minute, this isn't actually what I want to do. Maybe someone asked you to do them a favour, and without even thinking about it, you've already said yeah, and then afterwards you put the phone down and you go, why have I just said I'd do that? I don't want to do it, I hate it, don't want to do that. Very true. I can imagine a lot of us have that trait. Definitely people pleasers, Kat, and there's nothing wrong with wanting to please people. It gives us significance, one of the major human needs, but it's about saying yes to yourself and not saying yes to someone else in order, and effectively say no to yourself. So Mariah, okay, says she moved out, spoke and acted like she thought others wanted her to. Kim says she's done that as well. And she never ventured far from the routines because she felt failing and being judged by others. She feared failing, and being judged by others. Her entire existence was a projection of others' wishes, and she was never strong enough to look in the mirror and ask what she really wanted. Okay, this is imprisoned. This is the imprisoned, obedient life. At some point, we've all felt its repression. We felt locked in, controlled, restless to get out. Not all of us have broken free though, and here's the really sobering part. Some never will. Okay, so don't be that person, because some will never break free of this, okay? There are only two ways out of the cage. Okay, the first happens when by chance or fate, life flips it upside down, smashing our cozy reality and breaking open the cage for good. The second way out, the willful way, takes a massive personal effort. It happens when we finally choose to look beyond the bars of our approval and fear-driven experience and see that there is more to life than being squeezed into someone else's cage. Okay, it happens when we do the one thing that has ever helped anyone design a different destiny, and that's consciously choose a new self-image and life and fight to forge it into existence by consistently aligning our thoughts and behaviors to make it so. So if you're feeling that caged life, before we go on to the next life, there's 3 lives we're going to talk about tonight. If you're feeling that caged life right now, like, man, doing a job someone else wanted me to do, I felt forced into doing, I'm in a relationship I felt forced into doing, I had to move to a place I felt forced into doing, you've got 2 options. You can either, 2 things are going to happen. 1, if you're lucky, life's going to flip that cage upside down, you're going to fall out of it because something massive is going to happen and it's going to explode and the bars are going to blow off it. Then you're going to get out. Otherwise, you're going to be in there forever unless you make a conscious, massive effort to create a new self-image that you identify with and create a new life for yourself. But it takes I nearly swore then, it takes a lot of effort, an awful lot of effort, and a lot of change in patterns of thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Perfect book for me to read. I can't say no because I'm afraid of confrontation. Wow. But you're not on your own, Kat. This is something that so many people, I'm sure the people watching this, would put their hand up and say, I've either felt that or I feel it now. Because we all seek approval, okay? 4 human needs we need: certainty, variety, significance, love and connection. Getting approval fulfills love and connection and significance. And variety, when you get it from different people, it fulfills 3 of the 4 main human needs. Thus, it becomes incredibly addictive. When an activity fulfills 3 or more of those needs, it becomes really addictive, whether it's a positive or a negative addiction. Depression can be very addictive as well. There you go. Thank you for your honesty, Miranda. She says she feels it too. It's something that I've so felt in my life. God, so much earlier in my life. If I rewind 7 or 8 years ago, I was so the yes man. Okay, I read a book, you might have read it, called The Yes Man. You might have seen the film. And he goes, right, basically, any opportunity I get, I'm going to say yes to. And I think that breeds a really negative thing in people because they have a fear of missing out more than having a fear of actually being in control of their own life, which is probably what you should fear, you know, when you're not in control of your own life. But people go, I have to say yes to everything because it could lead. Baseline drives are living the charged life now, Ross. Me now, I would say, like I say, only like, it might even only be for like the last 12 months. I'd like to say the last 18 months, but it was, you know what, it was actually January 2015. So just over a year ago, where I consciously put like so much work. I knew I've been studying this kind of stuff for about 8 years, and I'd always put little bits in my life here and there, and I'd seen such growth from that I kind of took my foot off the pedal, I think. And it wasn't really until January 2015 I went, no, we've got, you know, we need to start kind of doing this every single day in every area of my life. And that's when I started getting really serious on goal setting as well. And I started, you know, creating really specific goals with real actionable points, breaking them down into tiny little bits. And I started achieving so much more last year than I've probably ever achieved in my life. And then creating and launching Bulletproof Actor this year has shown me, you know, on my own what I can achieve, absolutely, and you know, not worry about that controversy, or not worrying about feeling like an imposter in a new industry that I'm going into for the first time, all that kind of stuff. And I consciously, on a daily basis, do as much as I can to feel that I'm living the charged life. And there's definitely days, because I don't think it's sustainable 100% of the time, there's definitely days where, you know, we all have peaks and troughs, but ideally you don't want your peaks and troughs to be 100% one day and like 10% the next, 100% the next day, 10% the next. You want your state of being to rise to a level where if you're not living at 100%, on the days you are dropping, you can't live at 100% anyway, but say you're living 90% most of the time. The days that you're dropping down, your state of being is only dropping to maybe 75, 80, as opposed to like right now at 20 or 10. That's absolutely attainable, you know, without a doubt. So you're constantly living at a higher level, and that's what I always say with Bulletproof Actor. You know, it's for people who want to live, who have a higher vision for their life and their career. So they want to live at a higher level of consciousness. And when you learn this stuff, guys, you feel so much more awake than nearly every single person around you. And you'll get on a train on like a commuter time, either in the evening or in the morning, and you will see all these zombies around you going to work, living the caged life. And you'll almost want to kind of like pull the emergency stop the train and go, right, guys, give me half an hour. Just want to talk to you for a bit about what you're doing with your life and how actually, you know, let me remind you, you're going to die one day. And are you really even seeing your potential? And if you're seeing your potential, what are you doing to even half fulfill it? So yeah, it's something I'm just like on a massive mission. You know, it's crazy to just wake people up, shake people up. You know, regardless of the controversy it causes, and just go, look, what are you doing? How are you living your life? How can we make it better for you? So the drives that we want to look at. So we're going to look at one of these for next week, guys. You choose the drive for control, if control is important for you. The drive for competence, to feel that you can do stuff. The drive for congruence. The drive for caring. Or the drive for connection. Any of those stand out for you? So the drive for control, competence, congruence. So congruence is where everything's kind of in alignment. So your work life is congruent for a healthy love life, or you know, or a physical, you know, workout. Your works, everything's in kind of alignment with each other so that it all plays nicely. Effectively, not one thing's dominating. So we've got control, competence, congruence, caring, and connection. What do you want to look at? And then for the week 3 and week 4, we're going to look at one of the forward drivers, and they're things like change, challenges, creative expression, contribution, and consciousness. But we want one of the baseline ones for next Friday: control, competence, congruence, caring, or connection. Got one for connection, got one for caring. Oh, look at this. Got one for control. Anybody want to swap so we get an overall winner? Give you 60 seconds. Or we'll flip a coin or something. But one for control, one for caring, and one for connection. Control, connection. I can't remember what the other ones were. Who said what first? What did you say initially, Steve? It's control or connection, isn't it? Let's do. I think everybody wants control. But control is a massive player in my life. For those who've done Bulletproof Actor, Unstoppable Confidence, and been a success, we'll go through an exercise called 7 Levels Deep about your why, really why you do things, because it's not what you think, it's not really the answer you would normally give. If I said, why is it important for you to have success, you'd give me a very baseline answer that really is nothing to do with why you want success. So we go 7 levels deep on this, and my thing is absolutely control. There's a lot of times in my life I felt like I had no control. I've got an eye condition which robs me of my vision very, very slowly, and they can't cure that. So that takes control of how much vision I'm going to have in my life. There's a lot of things that make me kind of go, oh, I need control of that. So control is a big player in why I do what I do. I like to have control over what I achieve effectively. So the drive for control, we will look at that. So yeah, if you want to get this book and read any little bits pre next book club, next Friday, 10 p.m. if you're in the UK. If you're in America, be whatever time 10 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time is for you. Then get yourself Brendon's book, and definitely check out. Brendon's got a lot of free videos on YouTube called The Charged Life, and it's all about how you create the charged life. Great guy. He's got great music, quite relaxing music on his videos as well. So even if you just listen to one before you go to sleep, it's going to send you off into a nice little slumber. He's really cool, really great guy. Been through a lot of adversity. Certainly wasn't. I mean, he's incredibly successful now, ridiculously wealthy, very successful businessman, but impacted so many lives in such positive ways. He's definitely living the charged life, but he's not always. He wasn't born that way. Very inspirational man. So check it out, New York Times bestseller as well. Guys, yeah, I'll just bang on about this for one more time, but you've got an hour and 11 minutes if you want to enroll on Bulletproof Actor, Unstoppable Confidence, Infinite Success. That's literally the world's first high-performance mindset program that I brought out specifically for actors. It's been launching this last 2 weeks. The registration closes tonight at midnight, Greenwich Mean Time, UK time. Anyone on the scope, Kim, if you're still here, I mean, people on the scope tonight have already signed up to the program. Let people know what you think of it so far. It is amazing to read people's comments underneath each of the lessons, and people going, wow, never thought this before. Wow, this has completely changed my mindset. I've been tweeting quite a lot of comments and stuff out, but it's amazing to see actually the impact it's having on people's lives. And I promise you, if you currently, you're living either a comfortable life or a caged life, as we talked about tonight, and you want to change, and you want to work towards a charged life, a comfortable life, sorry, you might be living the caged or comfortable life, and you want to work towards a charged life, the program is just going to, absolutely expedite that for you, without a doubt. It's 33 HD videos, it's like 4.5 hours of video, there's like an hour of audio, extra to that as well, 5 super high quality workbooks to work through, and it will literally enable you to break down your current limiting life story, all the limiting beliefs you have about why you can and can't do things, completely annihilate all that stuff, take you through a really in-depth personal process to do that, and then enables you to build your life back up for an unlimited, limitless, empowering life story that you will live for the rest of your life. The impact I've seen it have on actors is incredible. So check it out, bulletproofactor.com. You've got about an hour left, an hour and 9 minutes before it goes away. You'll be joining, I think, on this initial intake, because there's a self-study version where you do it all on your own, or there's a live version as well where you get the self-study, and then we do 5 weekly live trainings, similar to kind of like a Periscope, but with slides and stuff, and we go even deeper and people can ask personal questions and stuff. 34 videos. Oh, I keep saying 33, Kim. Oh yeah, because there will have been the intro video as well. Yeah, 34 videos. There you go. Even more value. But yeah, we do the live training as well, and that enables you to dive down, even deeper into the program. I think on that intake there's going to be about 40 actors who have gone for it. So it'll be an awesome mastermind group of amazing people, really inspired actors who really want to go out there and get shit done in 2016. So it'll be great to have you as part of the group if you've not already joined us. But do go and check it out. There's some free training on bulletproofactor.com as well, which will also come down at midnight. So if you want to at least get the free training in, go and do that now as well. But it would be great to have you on the full program, and at least come and do join the Facebook group. Really does have an incredible impact. So again, thank you, Kim. Appreciate that. It's just amazing. It's took me 8 months of my life to do, and it's just so great every time a new sign up comes through, and then I see them downloading their workbooks and they write, because they get people to write under each lesson, when they're ready and what they want to achieve from the program. And to see the comments coming in and people going, I'm here, Ross, I'm ready, so inspired, so pumped up to do this. It's just like, wow, just amazing that this thing that I thought of a year ago now exists in real life, and people are, you know, are seeing huge benefits from it. Thank you, Kat. So it's awesome. It's really, you know, it's really cool, and it helps me live the charged life, because I see even more potential, you know, in what I, you know, the impact I can have and what I can do to help, you know, other people moving forward. And I'll definitely create more courses and, you know, and interact with the community, see what you guys want, and help you, you know, achieve everything that we can together this year. So thank you so much. I'll let you go. Wow, it is. We've nearly been on an hour, 53 minutes past. You've got an hour and 7 minutes. Get yourself over bulletproofactor.com. I'll be back on Monday, guys, for Motivation and Mind Hacks, 10 p.m. It's another Periscope that we do, where I don't know what we're even going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about some kind of very simple mind hack that's going to enable you to get more done next week, be more successful, and get further in your life faster. Cheers, Steve. Thank you for joining us tonight. Cheers, Kat. Thank you for everybody. Miranda, if you're still here. Kim. I can't remember everyone else. Girly Whirly was here. Everyone else who was on the scope before. Thank you. Have an amazing weekend as well, guys. It's so good that it's Friday night. Enjoy Saturday, Sunday. Go out there and start living what Brendon calls the charged life. I'll see you on Monday, guys, or in the Facebook group before then. Bye for now.